Okay, ladies and gentlemen, maybe you clicked on this video and you don't know what you're getting yourself into, but listen to me right now, okay? We are going to be getting into the ultimate matchup of all time. This is the ultimate matchup, the ultimate crossover of all time. So we're going to be matching up two different things, and they're going to battle each other, and it's going to be incredibly, amazingly entertaining to watch. I'm sure it will be. Two separate things are gonna be clashed together to fucking die. So yes, we are going to be having a competition of the greats. So let's introduce our opponents. I don't know. This is fucking Death Battle. I am now Death Battle. The YouTube channel Death Battle. Hello, I am Death Battle now. Welcome to Death Battle. Alright, so our opponents, our legendary opponents. So we've got Bendy the Ink Machine, very popular game, I'm sure you're aware. Jacksepticeye played it for 1 second. It's a very popular game. So this game was developed by the Meatly from Indie Game Battle. What can I say? It's a Disney-inspired game, kind of a rip-off. I'm pretty sure. Kind of ripped off every single thing ever. Yeah, kind of shit to be honest. So Bendy and Ink Machine is a very scary game. So what better opponent to face it than another scary game? And this is a very popular scary game. Everybody's heard of it because Markiplier played it for 2 seconds. Longer than Jacksepticeye played his game. So this game is Five Nights at Freddy's. I'm sure you've heard of it. It was developed by Scott Cawthon, the creator of How Much Wood Can a Woodchuck Chuck If a Woodchuck Look Like You? So we're going to be pitting these two together against each other, and they're going to fight. And how you may be asking, how are we going to determine which one's the best? Which one's the best? Which one do I spend my £2 on? I don't know, man. Like, who do I give money to? Do I give it to the Meatly or do I give it to Scott Cawthon? I don't know what to do. Well, we're going to find out which one's the best, judging by its fan base. Everyone knows that games are good if their fan base is good, right? You know, everyone says all the time, I liked Undertale, but I found out that the fan base kind of fucking sucked. So, you know, game fucking is shit. So, yeah. So we're going to judge these games based on their fan base, okay? And the way we're going to do that is we're going to read a fan fiction from each opponent, and then for the finale we're going to read a different special fan fiction. It's 3 rounds. So round 1 is going to be Bendy's round, round 2 is going to be Fnaf's round, and 3 is going to be both their rounds where they fucking battle each other, punch each other in the faces, and it's Death Battle. It is literally Death Battle. It is literally Death Battle. Okay. So, I guess we're gonna get straight into round 1. Round 1, Rock'em Sock'em minute. This is our first story. Together Within the Studio by Masked Dragon 533. So we're gonna read 1 chapter from this, and let's see how it goes. Oh wait, there's an intro. Are you fucking kidding me? Do I have to read the intro? I mean, maybe it would explain some of the lore. Man, why are there intros now? I remember the first 3 fanfictions I read never even had intros. What the fuck is this bullshit? Let me just read this intro, because I don't think it really makes any sense. 10-3-19. Bendy and YN. The lovely couple, Bendy and YN. So brave and determined, Bendy and YN. Loose ends tie up, friends to meet, old foes to face, Bendy and YN. A winding studio, a labyrinth of madness, never-ending secret, Bendy and YN. The lovely couple, Bendy and YN. Their lives turn to adventure, Bendy and YN. Trying to regain the past, fighting for a brighter future, searching for an end. Swirling memories, drifting bodies, a book of illusions. Bendy and YN. The lovely couple, Bendy and YN. Rarely worried or doubtful, Bendy and YN. Fighting through the ink, swimming in darkness, reaching for the depths, endless searches, constant running, her hand always in his. Bendy and YN. The lovely couple, Bendy and YN. Never to part, Bendy and YN. Flirtatious exchanges, beautiful roses, warm candlelight flickers, always together, fighting for one another, trying to find the light. Bendy and YN. The lovely couple, Bendy and YN. Living with double lives, Bendy and YN. Adventure at bay, Bendy and YN. Romance at night, Bendy and YN. Managing to keep balance, Bendy and YN. In arcs racing, Bendy and YN. Bendy and Wyan, the lovely couple, together within the studio. Cool poem, bro, but that's not what we're here for, okay? We're trying to figure out which is the best, okay? And right off the bat, kind of a shit fandom, so, this game isn't really looking too good. Might not spend my money on it. Chapter 1 of this story, Back into the Darkness. Kind of a shitty name, so, take 2 points off. Bendy, you're looking real like a real shit game right now. 10, 6, 19. Swimming through darkness deep into a well, an abyss of sorts, maybe of a contorted strangeness. Faint voices, mumbled ones, all overlapping one another. Buzzes and screaming, all rather faint. Hisses and whispers surrounding you, yet seemingly not even there at all. Everything followed you, probably because it felt like you were going in a circle. What was there to tell? It was a vast, empty void you were swimming through. Your arms struggled to propel you forward, to push through the thick, constricting substance all around you that tried to consume you alive. Vor, maybe? Your legs calmly flipping in sync with your arms, trying not to stay motionless for long, for if they did, you would fall victim to the trap. Your eyes trying to stay open, yet still not used to the toxic blackness that surrounded you. It was your only means of survival, your only way of searching. The only solution was to swim, to push past the hushed voices all around you until you heard any familiar one, to maybe find a light that had been lost, one of a former hope to a previous life. Or previous life, I mean. To recognize something, anything that would prove useful. Just a sign, maybe even the smallest possible one. Anything to help you out, to help them out. Anything. Now, right off the bat, no jump scares. No, I haven't not seen a single monster. Too many big words. Too complicated. I don't know what's going on. Bendy's looking like a shit game right now. Kinda not liking it. Kinda thinking it's kinda gross. Continuing to force your way through the darkness, through the suffocating trap around you, you eventually found it, a sign. It was there, but not physically so to speak. It was a light, a familiar kind of light. Relief and excitement washed over you as you quickened your pace, trying to move faster. The closer you got, the louder the familiar whisper got that surrounded the light. Standing out above the rest, you made sure it was one you were looking for. However, just as soon as you quickened your pace, the light died out in an instant, taking the voice with it, the one that had been unheard for such a long while. You wanted to let out a disheartened sigh, but you couldn't open your mouth, not in this type of abyss. You turned your attention to the object wrapped around your waist, which trailed behind you through and into the darkness. Giving it a decent tug, you began to feel yourself be forcefully pulled back by the way you came, effortlessly, ripping right through the substance that developed I can't fucking read, it's too complicated, man. I'm gonna take another point off you, Bendy. Kinda looking shit right now. As you went flying through the darkness, eventually seeing a warm light fading into view, and soon you burst free. A sharp gasp escaped your lips as you inhaled quickly and deeply, trying to catch your breath. Being down there for so long, it had taken a lot of training for you to be able to hold your breath for as long as you have been. It was an outstanding accomplishment really, but it was direly needed regardless. I can't read, guys. I'm gonna admit to you that I can't read. It's too hard. You grabbed the outstretched hand in front of you with no hesitation, allowing them to swiftly pull your body out of the endless ocean of ink and onto the dusty, creaky floorboards. Splotches of ink clung to your skin in many places, and even more of it knotted your hair. None of that mattered, however, for you could only think of how relieved you were to be free from the ink at that moment. As you panted slightly, still trying to catch your breath, you looked up at the person before you. You smiled warmly at him, seeing his concerned expression. It's my friend, it's my friend, it's a friendly face. Oh man, I'm so happy to be in this moment with him. Although ink covered his eyes permanently, which you honestly weren't sure if he had any, you could just tell by his mouth, which was slightly curved downward with worry and open just a crack. I'm fine, Bendy, you told your ink demon boyfriend with a reassuring grin. I promise. Are you sure? He asked you with such a worried tone that it tugged at your heart. Oh, Bendy, don't do this to me. You're so adorbs, you're so freaking adorbs. I don't want you going back down there anymore, if it's tiring you out this much. I already planned on it, you nodded. He nodded back as well, placing an ink heart to your forehead as he unwrapped the rope from round your waist. He called it up and handed it to you, allowing you to sling it back crosswise over your shoulder where it belonged. He also handed you an old-time handheld transceiver, or a walkie-talkie as others call it. Probably people call them walkie-talkies, kind of a stupid name. Yeah, some people call them that. I don't, because I'm smart. After you put your adventuring belt back on around your waist where the rope has just been tied. Can't go anywhere without my adventuring belt, man. Fucking hell. I'm wearing it right now. Because I'm adventuring. I'm going on an adventure. This story is taking me on an adventure. You thanked him and pressed the button on the side, speaking into it. Guys, you there? A few seconds passed before the crackling, buzzing noise started, indicating someone on the other end was about to speak. We're all ears. What did you find? You heard the serious, smooth voice of Alison Angel come through. I found a light. There was a familiar voice around it too, but it ceased completely when the light disappeared instantly. I wasn't able to get too close before that happened. You reported for Alison and Tom to hear over the receiver, and for Bendy to hear as he stood beside you. Man, I'm just friends with all of the demon people. I'm friends with all of the Ink Machine characters. Yeah, don't be jealous, but I am friends with them all, and they're friends with me. And they love me so much, and I love them so much. Don't be so jealous. The demon noticed the very faint frustration that slipped into your words over what had happened. You sure it's him? Alison asked. Positive. From what I did hear, it sounded pretty close to his voice. And that light, I just feel like I know it completely. I feel it in my bones, you replied softly. Well, we'll continue to keep a lookout down here, your friend responded from the other end, where her and Tom were investigating the Lost Harbour once more, the last known site of music director Sammy Lawrence. In the meantime, keep a very close eye out around his music department. Since you think you saw his light and heard his voice in the ink up there, he may very well still be wandering around. At this very moment, he might be walking around, doing whatever he wants, pissing all over the place, I don't know. We really need to go get him, because he's kind of a trouble causer, and we just can't be having that in a professional environment. Alright, we will. Thank you for your help, guys. Me and Bendy are going to call it for a day. I didn't read that correctly at all. You smiled, glancing at the demon who was smiling very warmly at you. He draped his arms around your shoulders, pulling you into his side into a comfortable side hug. I don't blame you, Alison chuckled. Nobody wants to be in the ink more than they have to. We'll search a little longer tonight. Great. Talk to you later. We're besties. See you later, bestie. Haha. Crocodile free. Over and out, she stated before the transceiver fell silent. You strapped the device back into your belt and secured it. You letting out a disgruntled sigh. This is taking forever! What if we don't ever find him? It's taking too long to find this old bastard. We will, darling. I know it. Bendy told you softly as he hugged you. Returning the hug, you stayed silent and just took everything in. You dropped your forehead onto his shoulder, thinking about everything that had happened and just letting the memories flow. Ever since you had reunited with Bendy, there was just so much left to do. He wanted to find Alice Angel and bring her to justice, but his plans were foiled when Alison reported that she had killed her. Foiling my revenge plan. That was my revenge. That was my kill streak, you fucking piece of shit. This didn't stop the demon though. He knew she was sulking around in the ink again, and he was determined to find what was left of her. Hey, let me break my back real quick. My back's broken. My spine is going in all sorts of directions, man. You, on the other hand, had a lot more on your plate. A peculiar desperation filled your mind and heart constantly, yearning for your friend back. You missed Sammy dearly, especially after all he had done for you. His promise to you stayed fresh in your mind, that left you feeling hopeful. But the promise you made to him made you feel bitter and sour at the same time. I promised him that I would get him Chuck E. Cheese's and a little bit of sauce, but to be honest, he was offering me way better. He was offering to get me a Ferrari and film it for a YouTube video. So, I don't know, I kind of feel guilty. I kind of feel like it was my fault. I kind of feel like the Chuck E. Cheese offer was a bit of a downplay. It was the wrong move. That's why he's running away from me. I need him back though. If you didn't find him soon, you knew you would have let him down and broken your promise. Not only that, but you needed to find Boris as well. Boris Johnson. What's he doing in this fucking place? According to what Henry said, Alice eventually captured the poor thing and experimented on it, almost to death, leaving him nothing more than a broken, infected zombie that ultimately had to be killed by Henry. In the same position as Alice, the innocent wolf had to be wandering through the ink also, especially since he was Bendy's best friend. You really wanted to bring him back. However, Bendy never had any clue that Boris was alive. You and Henry both swore to secrecy on that in case the wolf was never found to prevent any further distress and heartbreak from the demon on the matter. Lying? Lying to my favourite character? No, I don't like this. This doesn't sound like me. I know this is supposed to be me or you at home watching, but this doesn't sound like anything I would do. I would never do this. And I don't even... Who the fuck is even Sammy? He's not my friend. I've never heard of him. Who the fuck is this old bastard? Person writing this, know me better. Come on, man. So much to do, seemingly so little time. You weren't afraid to admit that you were rather stressed, feeling all of the pressure you forced yourself under. But you needed to remain hopeful. Why did I read it like that? Because as Bendy once told you, the studio is only so big and the inky depths are only so deep. The secrets and memories in this particular studio just don't disappear. Everything stays to haunt forever. There's no such thing as an erased existence. I'm exhausted. Can't be bothered thinking about all this complicated shit, man. It's too hard. You mumbled in terms of all the weight you currently had on your shoulders. Come on, love, Bendy smiled. You can clean yourself up while I find a nice movie to watch. How's that sound, babe? How's that sound, my little baby? My baby bae? My girlfriend, my real girlfriend? How does that sound to you if I put on a nice movie for us to watch in this dire situation? Honestly, you have no idea how much I need that, you groaned, causing the demon to chuckle. He swung you into the air as you landed on his shoulders, your legs dangling over his chest. Uh-oh, seems like I've been a child the whole time, and it seems like Bendy is a fucking paedophile. I knew it. I knew it from the start. This is why the game is so shit, because the main character is a nonce, so yeah. You laughed at his action and lightly placed your hands on his horns, gently stroking them. You're doing so well with your speech, you told him happily. You've come really far, you know. I'm glad you noticed, he chirped. But I did it just everything for you. That's not what it says. It was always a hassle having to write everything anyway. Oh, but it was so adorable, you gushed. Yeah, he joked. I'm always just adorable and nothing more. I am so adorable and adorbs. I am such an adorable person. I'm adorable. You giggled at his comment, continuing to stroke his horns. The rest of the walk back to the lounge was in complete silence. Even though Bendy learned to speak, and both of you were quite proud of the fact, you learned that he really isn't much of a talker in nature. Of course, he would always engage in a conversation if you started one with him. He was just rarely the one to actually start one. And even when he did, those talks would be short and simple. Bendy's an introvert just like me. Wow, Bendy's shy and scared just like me. Wow, Bendy's so relatable, my favourite character. Who knew he was so much like me? Who knew we had so much in common? He helped you down from his shoulders as he stopped in front of the doorway to the lounge, opening the door for you. He let you walk in first, closing the door behind him as he followed behind. I'm getting right in the bath, you cheered, hurrying to your room to grab your comfy clothes before rushing to the bathroom. It felt good to have nice, clean water around you as your body sank further into the tub. The water definitely had a much safer and welcoming feel to it than the ink ever could, and at least water didn't cling to your skin and your hair for dear life like the ink did, which you so furiously tried to scrub off of you. After cleaning yourself off and simply relaxing in the water for a few extra minutes, you took your time drying off before getting into your fresh, clean clothes. Oh, much better. A content sigh escaped your lips as you emptied the tub and left the bathroom. A lovely scent wafted through the air. It was Bendy's farts, which your... Why did I say that? Which your nose detected as soon as you opened the door. Turning the corner, you saw Bendy waiting for you. The television was on, and he was flicking through channels. Why did I say that? The internet's fucked me up, man. The internet's ruined me. It's changed who I am as a person and how I see things. It's ruined me. Don't go on the internet ever. It's horrible. It's hell. On the table in front of the couch was a meal that looked absolutely delicious. What did I just say? Delicious. Looking closer, you noticed it was FF2. Oh my god, I love having FF for dinner. Oh my god, Bendy, you beamed. This is amazing. This looks amazing. I didn't know you were a chef. He chuckled at how excited you were, how he could practically see you drooling at the food he prepared by himself with the groceries that Henry had bought for the two of you a day or so ago. He prepared it all by himself. He's a big boy. He can do anything. He can cook just like fucking Gordon Ramsay and Chef Ramsay. He can cook just like them. Maybe not as good as Chef Ramsay, to be honest, but he can cook as good as Gordon Ramsay. Ever since you saved the demon from the reel, you helped to explain to Henry that everything that had happened. He felt guilty for how he almost erased the demon, but you both reassured him that it wasn't completely his fault. As a joke, Bendy wrote that he would forgive the old man if he came by to visit every so often. Funny Bendy. What a funny guy, man. Man, I wish Bendy was my boyfriend. He's so funny and so smart and so sexy. You both didn't expect him to take that seriously. Nor did you expect him to come at least twice a week. Sometimes even with groceries and clothes for you. Wait, they can leave? What are they doing? If they can leave, what are they still doing here? I don't know the deep lore of Bendy and Ink Machine, but from what I remember, they were trapped. It was about a guy who was trapped in an animation studio, and all the animations came to life as horrible monsters. But they can leave and get groceries? This is nothing like the game. Bendy patted the spot next to him on the couch before motioning his hand out of the food that sat on the table in front of him. You eagerly sat down beside the ink demon and grabbed a huge serving of food while Bendy ate some more bacon soup. Even though he could finally move his mouth, you still preferred that old stuff. You kissed his cheek, telling him, "You are just so amazing. I love you, I love you, I love you. You are so amazing." He smiled cheekily at you, giving you a big old cheeky grin. Tapping your nose with his gloved finger as he replied, "Anything for my little darling." You smiled at him, pressing your lips to his as you kissed him straight on. He instantly returning, chuckling into the kiss as he gently held your chin between his thumb and index finger. Even though there was still so much to do and so much to look for, you couldn't deny that relaxation was needed just as much. A chance for all of your worries to slip away completely, out of mind for even a second. So much to do, so much little time. You would just have to find a way to manage. And then you had sex with Bendy. And that's where the story ends. Okay. So, Bendy's off to a terrible start. Did you see how many strikes I gave it? Yeah, Bendy's looking like it might not win, but that's just the first round, where we still have to get into Five Nights at Freddy's fanfiction. I don't really know. What am I going to read? Okay. Round 2, baby. So, we're on to the Fnaf round. Fnaf is going to get its chance. It has a pretty strong chance. Bendy didn't do too well, but Fnaf is going to come in and completely destroy it, because you know, we're going to see. So Fnaf has a good chance here, a good chance of winning, but it's all up to this round to see if they're even worth it. So the fanfiction we're going to read for this round is Don't Leave Me by Zoe Dark 101. Zoe 101? The TV show? Is that a Disney show of some kind? I think a Disney show wrote this one, guys. Okay. Is this the intro? Or is it chapter 1? Oh god, it's one of these ones that... Oh, it's one of these stories where the chapters are really short. Okay, well, point taken off. All the chapters are really short, so this is chapter 1. The Waitress Life. Ah man, I get to know what it's like to be a waitress. Not that I already know. What did I just say? So, Fnaf has already lost a point. I don't know how the points work, but Fnaf has lost a point, so... yeah, put it up on the scoreboard, whatever that looks like. Alright, let's get reading. After getting the job at the pizzeria, you found yourself working as a waitress with the 3 favourite animatronics. All of them roamed happily once, but then Foxy had accidentally bitten a kid. Accidentally bitten a kid. And he's been out of order since. Instead of replacing the old with the new, your boss claimed another bite would never happen again. Which was half true, that the other 3 never bit anyone. But what about Foxy? What about this guy? Kind of a trouble causer, to be honest. I don't think I trust this Foxy guy anymore, you know? Maybe I'm not going to get married to him anymore. The manager claimed Mr. Fazbear wasn't planning on pulling him out of order until he was positive that he would never bite another child again. Freddy Fazbear himself is the CEO of Fazbear's Pizzeria. I did not know this. I thought he was just a frontman, but apparently he is the actual CEO. As far as you knew, Foxy was rusting behind the curtains waiting to see the kids. The others had gotten newer items, while the pirate still sat invisible to anyone on the other side of the curtain. You felt bad for him, knowing what it's like to feel like nobody cared. As a child, you grew up without a father figure and no friends. Your mother, brother and little sister had disappeared at the Fazbear Pizzeria when you were 5. You never knew what happened to them, so you decided to find out what had happened to your family as you got older. After finding you on the streets, you were adopted by a hateful family. Even after being discouraged and beaten most of your life, you never gave up on your dream. Now here you were standing in the place that might have once held your vanished family. Your family that vanished into thin air. Once you go into Freddy Fazbear's Pizzeria, Freddy Fazbear snaps his fingers and you just disappear. That's what happens, and you become part of the building. You become part of the paint that's on the walls of the building. Missy, are you okay? You look down to see a little girl with short brown hair and baby blue eyes gazing at you with a worried expression on her face. You bent down to her height and smiled. Yes, I'm perfectly fine. I was just thinking of how exciting it would be if old Foxy was out and playing with us too. She giggled. Foxy is my favourite, even though I've never met him before. Wanna know why? He thought for a moment, then smiled. Is it because he's a pirate? She nodded and giggled again. Based on what I heard, he would tell everyone his stories. I love stories. So do I. I love stories. They made such good videos. You grinned. Seems to me we have a lot in common already. What's your name? She grabbed your hand as she beamed. Mercy. Are we friends now? You nodded your head. Mercy, it's time to go. A woman who resembled Mercy deeply spoke. She waved by and yelled, see you next time, Missy. Right before you leave, your boss sends you a message telling you to meet him tomorrow, right before you start your shift. As you were walking home, you felt someone was watching you, but who? Who could it be? Could it be Foxy himself? Is Foxy watching me? I don't know. Anyway, I have to take a point off. No jump scares yet. Kind of boring as well. I don't really care about this Mercy character. I just want to see Foxy in action, but it's taking too long. It's taking too friggin' long. This is was the last one the intro, or was it chapter 1? I don't know. I'll put it on the screen because I can't remember what is what anymore. But it's called My First Promotion. I arrived at the pizzeria early, just like Mr. Fazbear had asked. I walked down the halls towards the office that held the manager and boss. I slowly slid my fingernails across the colourful tiles, echoing a high-pitched squeal that couldn't be heard between the laughter, screams and voices of the children and adults. On my way there, I saw the Pirate Cove as quiet as ever. I knew one day I could fix the fox, but as a waitress I couldn't do anything but get myself fired. Before I could take a step closer, I feel something warm hugging me from behind. I turn around to see Mercy grinning like crazy. Grinning like a freaking nutcase. Mercy, I'm back, I said. Get lost, kid. I don't care about you. I just want to get jump scared by Foxy and see all the 68 jump scares that this Fnaf has to offer. Get out of here, kid. You're ruining it. I returned her happy smile and kneeled down to her height. Mercy, how did you know where to find me? She shrugged. I just went looking for you and just happened to find you here. I frowned. Mercy, running off isn't a good idea. A stranger could have found you and hurt you. You're lucky you were found by me. I'm not a stranger, I'm your friend, you know? Let's go home and, you know, watch some cool movies together, you know, man. Just get in my van and we can... She returned with a pout on her face. Alright. Then her puppy eyes appeared. But can we play, pretty please, with a pirate hat on top? I laughed at her silliness and then nodded. Only if you be quiet and don't get me in trouble. She grabbed my hands, and as we began to walk down the hall some more, I opened the door and told her to stay. She pouted but finally obeyed. I opened the door and walked in to see one of the biggest smiles on my boss's faces. Ah, welp, Miss YN, you've gotten a promotion starting today. I smiled wide, knowing I'll get a bigger amount of money than I normally do. You'll be working from when we open to 11 at night. Are we clear? Are we clear? Do you understand? Is that dumb brain of yours able to process this information? Because I'm starting to see you're kind of having some delayed reactions recently. And I just need to preface this again. Are we good? Also, we got a new animatronic. She's a meerkat, and her name is Maxie. She'll be working by tomorrow. I nod my head happily as I walk out the door with my new uniform. Oh, and tell Vincent he's your new partner. My lip twitched upon hearing his name. He was quite the pervert, kind of a sick, twisted individual. I don't know who this Vincent guy is, but kind of sounds like a fucking horrible person. I know of tales. I've heard tales about this guy. You know, I've heard him do all sorts of shit. I heard he likes the new film Cuties. I heard he was the producer of the film. I heard he gave money to the people who made it. There's something's going on with this guy, you know? Everything he wore was purple, including his hair, nails, and eyes. He must be gay, XD. Must be some kind of gay guy. Yeah, it must be true. Vincent glares. I will shut up now. Vincent's looking at me. I'm guessing he's gay. I'm guessing he's fucked phone guy to death. Without response, I closed the door behind me. But where was Mercy? And then it turns out that Vincent had her the whole time. The whole time he had her Vincent was Mercy the whole time. Vincent is Mercy. Vincent is the man behind the slaughter. Do you know that meme? The man behind the slaughter? Play the song for like 1 second. Do you know that meme? Do you know that meme? It's a pretty funny meme. I'm not gonna lie, that's a pretty funny meme. But yeah. Again, still no sign of Foxy, which I was promised he would be here. So I'm gonna take a point off for that. Not looking good right now. Looking good, you know. Fnaf had a real fighting chance, but it's kind of fucking it up right now. So we're gonna have to read one more chapter till we finally see Foxy. Alright, this is chapter whatever. Meeting Vincent. I turned the entire pizzeria inside out trying to find Mercy. The few places that were in the night guard's office, backstage in Pirate's Cove. I darted to the office and backstage as quick as I could, praying that the little girl was there instead. I sprinted into Pirate's Cove without second thought to find her attempting to play with Foxy. Suddenly, Foxy turned on and I jumped in front of her right before he bit her. Uh-oh, Foxy's kind of an asshole. Foxy, what the fuck, dude? I thought we were cool, but turns out you're a bit of a dickhead. Not as nice as I thought. A gash on my arm appeared after his razor-sharp teeth sinked into my skin. Wincing in pain, I quickly kicked him between the legs and ran out. I knew how stupid it looked kicking him in such a childish manner, but at the time, it was the first thing that popped into my mind. I kicked Foxy in the balls! Foxy's balls are no more. Goodbye, Foxy's balls. You are gone, because I owned you, Foxy. Get owned. We skimpered out without second thought, and I dove directly into a scent of sweat. Vincent, you sweaty bastard. Fucking, what, are you a Reddit or something? Like, what's going on, man? I looked at what I had ran into, to see Vincent slightly gritting his teeth and grinning at us. I'm so sorry, I didn't... Did you just come out of the Pirate Cove? I nodded and sighed as I looked at Mercy. She was wanting to play with Foxy, but luckily I got her just in time. I have to fix my wound, so will you take her back to get her mother? He smiled wider with a dark gleam in his eye, sending chills down my spine. Mercy grips my hand harder and I kneel down to her height. She whispers in my ear, "He scares me, Missy. He's just giving off some kind of evil vibe. I don't know what it is about him, but he's just kind of an evil character and he's giving off a really scary vibe, real creepy vibe. Yeah, his vibes are just off, so we should get out of here. We should blow this joint." I hugged her tightly and handed her a bracelet I had found for her. "I know, but he'll take you to Mummy and I can attend to the wound. Please, Mercy, for me?" She nodded and followed the man in purple. I quickly ran into the room where all the medical supplies were and saw the spot Foxy had bitten. Knowing I had to see if Mercy was with her mother, I ran out looking for her in the crowds. No trace of a little girl with big blue eyes and brown hair. I noticed Mercy's mum. I in fact was in a panic trying to find her daughter. I realised Mercy had been kidnapped, but it couldn't have been him, could it? What? Vincent? The last person seen with her? It couldn't have been him, right? Couldn't have been. I wonder who it is. Maybe it was Foxy. Maybe it was Freddy Fazbear himself. Who could it have been? Maybe the main character kidnapped her but forgot. But anyway, that's all I'm reading of that, because, you know, we're only supposed to... The original rules where you're supposed to read one chapter, but the rules got morphed and ruined because... Yeah, I don't know, man. But anyway, lose points because Foxy did appear, but he only appeared for 2 seconds. You lose points again because you wasted my time. So, you know, losing points left, right and centre. So it seems right now I don't put up on the screen how many points Bendy has lost and how many points Fnaf has lost. So I don't know how many they've lost, but we're probably at an equal tie right now, I'm pretty sure, because, you know, both parties have equally lost a lot of points. So we're at a tie right now. So the winner will be decided in the final round. Okay, final round, the final deciding round. This will decide who will win once and for all. This has been a lifelong debate. People have been debating this in their own death battles, in their own epic rap battles of history, but this is going to be the deciding factor. Who will win? Who knows? Who's going to win? And we're going to find out in this final fanfiction, which brings both parties together into one. Alright, so this fanfiction is called Creative Destruction by Drawweena. No, that's not what it says. Drawweena. That's it. And apparently this is the prologue, so... And we've got a picture here just to remind you of what Bendy looks like, in case you forgot, in case you've never played the video games. If you were a true fan of Bendy, you would have played every single video game, you would have read every single novel. So just to remind you, that's what Bendy looks like, so get it in your head. Anyway, let's get in to the final battle. Thumping is heard as an inkling chases after another demon. An inkling's a type of demon, by the way, so just in case you want to be reminded again, just in case you're not a true Bendy fan. A fox and wolf are sitting in the sidelines like it's normal. "Bendy, get back here!" the inkling yells. The demon sticks out their youngest at the inkling, which ends in the inkling pulling on their tongue, pulling it back and letting go. The demon's tongue stretches when being pulled, then sends them flying into a wall when it comes back at them. Ow! Whoa, dude, what a move! What a super move! I can't believe you would pull a move like that. God damn, dude. The demon, presumably Bendy, yells. Presumably Bendy. I don't know. Could be. All these characters look the fucking same, so it doesn't really matter. "We told you that it was a bad idea to put a fork in the microwave," the fox says. She walks up to the inkling and puts a fork on their shoulder in a calming way. It works, and the inkling sits nearby the wolf as he sits next to them. "I'm sure Bendy was just curious of what happened," Boris says. Exclamation mark. Nk looks at him grumpily. "I don't fucking give a shit about what you say, Boris, alright? Who gives a shit about what Boris says, alright? Fucking this whole Brexit thing, yeah, get fucking on, Boris." Then he could have just asked, they reply. Boris doesn't know how to respond. "Hey, what's this?" Vixen asks no one in particular, picking up a newspaper. Exclamation mark Nakay walks over to the 10-year-old. Bendy's 19, Boris is 12, Vixen's 10, and exclamation mark Nakay's 20, okay? So, you know, we got pedos, so, you know. "An ad?" they ask, taking it from Vixen. "Help wanted. Freddy Fazbear's Pizzeria. Night guards wanted." Exclamation mark NK reads out loud. Being notices another column on the paper about the same place. Freddy Fazbear's Pizza? This sounds pretty weird. Sounds like a pretty weird place. Have you guys ever heard of Freddy Fazbear's Pizzeria? I've never heard. We should go there immediately. 7 children missing, presumed dead. 7 children visit Freddy Fazbear's family franchise with them families. Don't come back out. Children's bodies have yet to be found. People are still searching but cannot find any leads, he reads. He looks at exclamation mark NK. Dead children? The murder must have covered up their tracks quite well. The police said they had no lead, Boris comments. Why don't we go see for ourselves? I bet we might be able to find out this mystery, Vixen suggests. Bendy and Boris happily agree. Exclamation mark NK, however, was skeptical. But they said kids were murdered. Vixen and Boris are still kids. We might lose them to the killers. Who knows if he's still there? Exclamation mark NK asks. Bendy ponders it a bit. Yeah, but we're brave boys, okay? We're like really big. My mum, the other day, she said I was really brave. There was a spider on the wall. Nobody had been scared of spiders, but I managed to crush it with my bare hands. She said I was such a brave boy. And you're saying I'm too young for this? Yeah, if you were my real friend, you'd know that I can handle this Freddy Fazbear's Pizzeria shit, okay? I've got bigger muscles than Freddy Fazbear himself, alright? Why don't we go see for ourselves? I bet we might be able to figure out this mystery. Wait, did I already say that? Yeah, I did. Maybe they should stay here then, he says. Boris and Vixen look at them. It's fine, we can take care of ourselves, Boris informs them. Vixen nods in agreement. Alright, but if we suddenly become protective because there's danger nearby, don't be surprised! Exclamation mark NK sighs. Bendy, Boris and Vixen cheer. This might not end well. Oh, I wonder what's gonna happen. I wonder what is gonna happen. So, enough build-up. We finally get to the face-to-face meet-up between the Freddy Fazbear's characters and the Bendy characters. It's gonna be a freaking wild ride, so get prepared, man. Get the popcorn out. This is the biggest crossover. This is bigger than Avengers Endgame. This is bigger than fucking Marvel x Fortnite. This is bigger than Travis Scott x Fortnite. This is bigger than fucking any other crossover. What crossovers exist? I don't know. So you know it's pretty big. Alright, Chapter 1. The Murderer. Vixen skipped happily. This'll be great, we're here. Bendy's widened. This is where the workshop used to be. Oh my god, Boris looked at it. They destroyed it. They walked in and saw 3 animatronics. They opened their big eyes. Who are you? A bear was looking at exclamation mark NK. You must die! Freddy charged to exclamation mark NK. Oh, don't fight my pets. They all turned to see a purple man holding a knife, and that's the end. We got like 1 second, 2 seconds of battle, but it was cut short. Oh my god, I was hoping we could get like an epic fight, but AN. Hello, it's me, the co-author, Emily. Okay, so Vixen is my OC. That's all I wanted to say, so, you know, don't get too fucking confused. If you're a fan of Bendy and you don't know who the fuck Vixen is, just know it's my original character that I submitted to the Meatly himself and told him to put him in the game, but the Meatly was a bit of an arsehole. He denied it, so that's why the Meatless head is now on my wall. Alright, well, that was a short chapter. This is chapter 2, Suspicions. And there's a picture here of White Foxy, who looks pretty, damn, dude. Freddy had paused and looked at him. NK, noticing this, grabs Freddy's arm and flips him over. He crashes to the ground. NK flips him off and looks back to the purple man. They take notice of the knife and their eyes widen. Alright, that's 1 point to Bendy. They just took down Freddy Fazbear instantly. Alright, 1 point to Bendy. What's that for? NK asks, standing in front of Boris and Vixen protectively. Bendy understands why and joins them. The man chuckles, but gives no response. Answer me when I'm talking to you, you stupid fucking purple person. What are you, the new Thanos or something? They yell. The lights quickly flicker on, off, then back on, but the man is no longer there. Oh, it's fucking Slenderman. Reincarnate! NK yells out a string of colourful words. I'm not going to say any of those colourful words, because, you know. Bendy is about to point out that Vixen and Boris were still there, but someone beat him to it. We would very appreciate it if you didn't say that in a kid-friendly franchise, a voice purrs out from behind, NK. Though, the words kid-friendly seem a bit forced. YouTube, that's YouTube for you. That's society for you. That's commercialism for you. People are forcing being family friendly. That's not me. I'm not family friendly. Actually, I am, so that was a joke. So if you are not family friendly, if you're not PC, just know that you're not going to get a job in the future. So, because the amount of swear words you say online, that can affect your chances of getting a job, so you should really think about the things you say online, because it can really cost you your livelihood. So, you know, don't, you know, be more like me. Vixen turns and see a white fox with black eyes and white hearts as the pupil, a purple bow tie, pink cheeks, and underwear with a snowflake-like pattern on them. Same with the bow tie. Basically the picture that I just showed you earlier. NK sees her and covers Vixen's eyes. Bendy does the same to Boris with the help of NK, of course. NK had to use some ink to lift Bendy higher because he's a short bendy bean. He's a fucking short bendy bean. He's a fucking baby. Also covering the eyes of the children because this character is too fucking offensive. Wearing absolutely nothing. And you are? Bendy asks. The fox smiles. My name is Springy, but some call me Foxina. Springy replies. Boris peeks out from under Bendy's gloved hands a bit. Why do they call you that? He asks. They call me Foxina because I'm basically a female version of my brother, Foxy. I'm named Springy because of the spring-like in my costume suit, she says. Vixen becomes confused. Springs? Foxy? What the fuck? What the fuck is this dumb bitch talking about? I don't understand. I don't understand on the deep law. Spring locks? She asks. Springy pulls something from her arm. It stretches to where she pulls. What are you? Bendy stops talking when she lets go, and the spring lock goes back to where it was in a second. But it sounds like something snapped, then got crushed. Vixen's eyes widened. Did that hurt? She asks. Springy shakes her head. Springy seems to be looking at something behind them. She sighs and makes a motion for them to turn around. They do so, and Boris now feels like hiding behind a 50-layered brick wall. What are they hiding from? I don't freaking know. Maybe it's this picture that I see right in front of me. Alright, chapter 3. Jesus Christ. They saw a long and slender puppy. They had the illusion of crying purple eyes and 2 rosy red cheeks. 2 white buttons decorate their black torso, along with white stripes on the ankles and wrists. Boris falls backwards and faints. Luckily, Springy acts quickly and catches him. I caught you, my friend. Because that's what friends do. I catch you mid-fall. She hands him to Bendy, who looks at her confused. They hear a grunt and see a purple rabbit with a rabbit with a red bow tie and eyes is helping Freddy up. I bet most of you forgot he was still on the floor because you're so inconsiderate and you don't really think about other people. You only think about yourself. You're kind of a selfish prick, to be honest. God, I can't fucking stand you, to be honest. NK gets into a defensive position. The puppet giggles. Oh, you poor little things. Vincent must have left unexpectedly. It shakes its head. He's always acting so mysterious. Springy playfully rolls her eyes. Mary, what is it? She asks. Mary turns to her. Oh, nothing. Just the fact that Balloon Boy is bawling his eyes out, he says, grinning mischievously. I am fucking evil. springing his gun within 3 seconds. Vixen looks at the door she just ran through with a confused expression. Why'd she leave? What, did she not want to brawl? Did she not want to catch these hands? Is she afraid of me or something? I don't blame her. Balloon Boy and her are very close. She sees him as a little brother or son. He replies happily. And you are? Bendy asks. Oh, that's right. How rude of me. I'm the marionette, or puppet, but everyone called me Mary. Mario, he says, making a peace sign. Vixen smiles at his childishness. Question mark, what the fuck? Is this guy a fucking child? Is this guy a man-child? Literally? This guy's fucking kind of pathetic. I think I could beat him up in like 5 seconds. And you? Exclamation mark NK asks, turning to Freddy and the rabbit. Exclamation mark NK knew the bear was Freddy because he was the main character on the sign when they first arrived. Freddy and the rabbit turn to them. I'm Bonnie, Bonnie replies in a sweet tone. I'm Freddy, Freddy says. He suddenly looks guilty, and I'm sorry about before, that happens randomly. That's okay, Vixen says. Freddy smiles. Would you like us to introduce you to the others here? He asks. And that's it. I don't know what's going on. I guess they're friends now. I guess they're cool, epic friends. Wow. Alright, this is chapter 4. The Others, part 1. Part 1 of 2. Probably. Vixen was talking to Bonnie. Did you know there's a game, Fnaf and Bat Him? I did not fucking know. What is this, a fourth wall break or something? Is this fucking epic funny Deadpool? This is a funny epic Deadpool moment, guys. Is he gonna look at the camera and say, lol, ruffle, Pepe is kinda fucking funny? Freddy led them to a back room. Chica, Foxy. Oh, did I forget to mention? These guys are the Wizards, and Golden Freddy has a full body. He can also walk and talk. A walking and talking Golden Freddy? What the fuck? What? Ye last disturbing our sleep. Chica. Yeah. A torn up fox and chicken walked out and charged at exclamation mark NK, pinning her to a wall. Exclamation mark NK kicked them both and flicked them off. Who are you? Vixen looked at Foxy. I'm Vixen. Another point to Bendy, because literally exclamation mark NK is carrying the team. He's beat up both Freddy and these two other characters. In fact, maybe 3 points even. Looks like Bendy's bringing it back. Wow, unexpected. The animatronics aren't even fighting back, even. I'm Foxy. An old but torn up silver fox came out, yellow glowing eyes. Why did you bring a grown up? She growled at exclamation mark NK. Bad things happen to grown ups. Hee hee hee. Alright, let's get into the Others part 2. Chapter 5. Others part 2, yeah. Why? Exclamation mark NK asks the silver fox, making her look confused. Why kill adults? It's hard to even tell that I'm an adult since I'm a cartoon. You fucking moron. This is anime, for God's sake. We have a bad past with adults, Bonnie replies, rubbing his arm. What happened? Boris asks, feeling sympathy for the robots. That's none of your business, a deep voice yells out. Everyone turns their head to a golden green rabbit and a yellow bear. None of your business, the bear repeats, walking towards the tombs. He stops and points to Boris. We don't have to give you any of our history, you mutt. This makes Vixen angry. Hey, you can't talk to him like that, he's just a kid. Vixen defends him, despite being younger than him herself. Vixen! Exclamation mark NK tries to get her attention. Not now! Exclamation mark NK, Vixen replies, glaring at the bear. Vixen! Exclamation mark NK yells louder. What? Vixen turns to the Inkling. They're kids too! Exclamation mark NK informs her. Oh, wait. What? Seems like they're gonna be friends. Seems like they're gonna be mates again. Chapter 6. Stunned. Wait. What? Vixen was stunned and exclamation mark NK looked at the animatronics. Yeah, Bonnie looked away. How? Boris staring at Golden Freddy. None of your business, mutt. Vixen growled. Shut before I punch you. Golden Freddy then screamed in her face. But she dodged his blow and shot out ink, taking him by the neck. Another point to Bendy. Jesus Christ, they're winning. They're freaking winning. No, Fnaf has no points, literally. Golden Freddy got down and said, "Can anyone sing?" Vixen screamed, "Me!" She started singing, and then it links a JT Machinima song. So I'm guessing this is part of the story. So let's listen. I'm assuming this is what Vixen is singing. Alright, that's enough. Oh my god! Mike! Oh wait, that's the end? That's the end? That's the end? What? So that's the finale, I guess. The song. Are you serious? That's how we're gonna end this epic battle? With just an epic song? This isn't a fucking musical, bruh. So anyway, looking at the scores, it looks like I think Bendy wins. Yeah, Bendy's the winner. Hooray! Bendy, you win the best video game title of all time. Here you fucking go. Here's a cool trophy. Yeah, congratulations, Bendy. Congratulations. You've done it once again. So yeah, turns out Fnaf fucking sucks, and it's not worth anybody's time. They literally got their asses handed to them. They got the fucking shit kicked out of them. They didn't even try to fight. Man, kinda sucked. So yeah, leave in the comments below what your favourite franchise is. Not like it matters, because we've already decided that Bendy is better because it kicked so much ass. But do it anyway, because I don't know. Actually, don't do it. It's a waste of time. Leave in the comments below your suggestions for what I should do next. Actually, don't do that, because I don't care. I'm not gonna do this ever again, because I don't know, because I feel like I don't want to do it again. I'm not gonna do it again. So don't even bother leaving suggestions saying, oh, I want you to do freaking I think it would be cool if you did Baldi's Basics versus fucking another horror show, because I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it. Not like anybody's gonna do that anyway, but I'm just telling you, I'm not gonna do it. Tell it to fucking Death Battle or Epic Rap Battles of History. Tell it to them. They will do it. I'm not gonna do it. That's not me. So yeah, and if you like FNAF, just quit the internet, because again, we've already discovered FNAF fucking sucks, and your opinion is automatically invalid. So yeah, get fucking owned. And I'm gonna leave you with that. So Bendy fans, you're all good. FNAF fans, I will continue to attack and harass you for the rest of your life. So yeah, take that as a warning. Goodbye.